Hey buddies, Mr. Pugly here, coming at you with another Wonderlands video. Today we're going to be talking about the Ragnarok sword. This has been data mined to be shown to have a dedicated drop source from the Maker secret raid boss. I should be showing it right here. So it can only drop from this secret raid boss, which is very hard to farm because you got to make sure you're able to kill all 3 raid bosses to even get to this raid boss, because to unlock it, you need to essentially do all 3 raid bosses in one run. If you want a guide on how to do that, click on the top right. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch on the top right. I've been streaming 5+ hours every single day for Twitch. If you're looking for Wonderland streaming content, you're in the perfect place, so don't forget to follow me up there, and let's get into the video.
Legendary? Whoa! No way, dude!
Now, besides the Ragnarok looking like a very, very cool sword, it is a reference to, of course, the ending of the world in Norse mythology, or I believe it's something like that. It's when Fenrir comes out of his cage or something. I'm not an expert on Norse mythology, but if that's correct or wrong, please correct me in the comments. But pretty much, this is a very fun melee weapon because it fires ranged projectiles that deal melee damage, but also attaches sticky bombs. So I'm going to show me meleeing right here. Of course, if you have a melee based build, this will deal more damage than you'll see right here, because this build that I'm using is mainly for gun damage, but it is a very cool effect nonetheless. Makes me really think of like an anime swordsman, which is very cool. Now, as I said, these can apply sticky bombs. So as you see here, I'm hitting the target and it is occasionally applying the sticky bomb, which seems to deal a decent bit of damage. Not too much, maybe about 50% of the actual damage that you dealt, maybe even less. I've seen it maybe be like 40%, maybe 33%. It's kind of hard to say, but conveniently, this can actually hit more than one target at once. So if the slash goes through multiple targets, each target that it hits will have a chance to spawn the sticky bomb. So you see here, I'm applying sticky bombs at the same time to these 2 targets. It's kind of hard to make it consistently do that, only due to the fact that the swing won't be the same every single time you do it. But if you hit multiple enemies, or if you have enemies lined up, or even if they're close next to each other, you can actually hit more than one enemy with a melee attack, which is very, very inconvenient for a melee weapon that isn't a Valora. As far as I'm aware, this is the only weapon in the game that is a Torg, but it has the same properties as a Swift, and it comes in similar parts as a Swift, but it is manufactured on Torg, which is a very, very cool thing to see. I didn't notice that until honestly last minute here, so I'm glad I caught it before releasing the video. I think it's a very, very fun melee weapon. If I was doing a melee build, I'd probably be really excited using this weapon, but I can't give you 100% a good answer on whether or not this is a good melee weapon because I'm not doing a melee build. I don't want to judge it without having a valid build, but it looks like it is very, very useful. Keep in mind, even if this melee weapon isn't useful at the moment, the meta is ever changing, so it's possible that this will be useful in the future, or even it is extremely powerful right now and I don't know it because I'm not using a melee based build. If I'm dead wrong, please just tell me in the comments. I would love to know. Now, since the slashes of the melee are able to deal melee damage at a range, you can actually use it as a way to deal melee damage, as I said, at a range, and hit some collectibles that you can't normally get to unless you do some traversing. So I see a marble right over there. I'm just going to melee it like this, and I immediately completed the challenge, the Lost Marble challenge, without actually even getting up there. So there is a really nifty use of this particular weapon. You can even use it as a way to get lost dice that you can't reach normally, or not necessarily not reach normally, but you're too lazy to find the actual shortcut to get to. Like right there, I was too lazy to find out how to get to the Lost Marble. I probably should have figured that out for a future playthrough, but I was able to destroy it with a melee swing. So keep that in mind when you're using that, because this is able to traverse through any object in general. So you can kind of just cheese any collectible like that if you want to, or even open projectiles from a range like that. So keep that in mind. There's a nice utility to use it, even if your build doesn't use melee. It's a nice way to collect collectibles from a far distance without figuring out the way how to actually get to them. And as always, a big shout out to the members who make these videos possible. We have Jason Knows, Clairvoyance, Rick Iglesias, Josh Dig, and Super Noob. These are the people who support me as little as $5 a month, and you can also support me as little as $5 a month by clicking the link in the comment description or on the top right to become a member. The more members we have, the closer I get to become full-time, which means more videos for you guys. So as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.
And the last shall be first to immerse in a pass out heat, facing him up with a moxie melt till he woke up drowning in tchotchke hell. More in a cave with a torch on the wall than a window arrangement of porcelain dolls.